Doing?
I'm doing fine.
And what's your name?
My name is Bill Geizler, Geisler. I graduated from St. Charles Preparatory School in 1940. Times were tough, so I joined the 3C camp, Civilian Conservation Corps, went out to Caldwell, Idaho, and worked for the B-29. It was my indoctrination to Army life without being in the Army, because we had Army barracks, Army fatigues, mess hall, etc. When my wife and I were become engaged, the Christmas after December 7th, and we decided I'd either volunteer or wait and be drafted. I waited to be drafted, okay? Was sent to St. Petersburg, Florida, in the Army Air Corps. From there, I went to Amarillo Air Force Base, B-17 Mechanic School, Aircraft Mechanic School. While in the class, they asked the top two men to go to B-29 school if they wanted to. I said, I will go. They said, fine, you'll have to be electrical specialist first. So I went to Chinook Field, and then out to B-29 factory to the B-29 school. It was the best school I was ever in because the men that worked on the plane taught us the parts about it. So we were transferred from Seattle to Caldwell, New Mexico. We were supposed to join a 20th Air Force B-29 group. They left at 8 o'clock in the morning. We got there at 5 o'clock at night. We missed them. So became in limbo. After about 2 weeks, I got orders to go to Salt Lake City and then overseas. When I went overseas, I was assigned to the 100th Bomb Squadron, 42nd Bomb Group, 13th Air Force, Sansepor, New Guinea. After going to school on B-17s and B-29s, 4-engine ships, wound up with B-25s, 2-engine ships.
And what year was that?
Back about 1944. And while we were there, our outfit flew missions of Borneo, Halmahera, and all around in that area. Mostly Borneo, though. So then from there, we moved to Puerto Princesa, Palawan, Philippine Islands. And from there, we flew missions to French Indochina in support of Ho Chi Minh, as well as shipping sweeps across the South China coast. I mentioned Palawan, because that was the Japanese prison camp for American prisoners. They had 150 prisoners in that camp who they forced to build the airstrip by hand. As the Americans were coming in, they pulled an air raid, got the 150 prisoners in the air raid shelter. They threw gasoline in there, threw torches in there, lit torches in there, and machine gunned the men as they came out.
Wow.
Of 150, they massacred 139. 11 men escaped. And I have the stories of the three of the people that, escaped. And I had the official document of the Army of the Palawan Massacre, signed by General Douglas MacArthur. And then I was discharged in 1945, Camp Atterbury, and came back to Columbus.
And when you're working on B-25s, where you said you're an electrical specialist, is that what you primarily worked on? Yeah. What would go wrong with B-25s most of the time?
Well, you'd have some of the cables to the spark plugs, or occasionally we get down behind certain things, short out some wires and so forth. And the CEO of our outfit was a hot dog, and he got a C-47 assigned to our outfit. It just so happened that the tail light had rusted out, so the sheet metal men put a new tail light in, and as the electrician, I had to go up and wire it and, fix it up. So I went up, wired it, went up in the cockpit, turned the light on, turned the switch on, was going to go outside and see if the light was on. I put my hand on the airframe and my foot slipped out and I got stuck by my wedding ring. and I had to get the sheet metal man and the dike and cut the ring off my finger.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you know, I didn't get a Purple Heart for that, though. But honor flight was a trip of a lifetime, but it was not complete for me until I went out to the airport on the ground crew at 4 o'clock in the morning, so part of the ground crew in the morning, 7:30 at night, to welcome them all back. Then it made it.
Awesome.